Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Ted Stefanak, who's filling in for the vacationing Rich Hosford this week. BNEWS reporter John Vias, Peter Brown with the weather, Robert Paris with sports, Gretchen Carey with the community calendar, and Gabrielle Papilli with the social media minutes. Thank you for joining us. Burlington Public Schools open fully and in person as of this week, and BNews has an update on how the return to school has been going at the high school from Principal Mark Sullivan.
This is our last day of the first week of school, and I think things have been going pretty good. You know, the first week's never without a little bit of chaos, organized chaos, getting kids into classes, figuring out the schedule, working out some kinks that come up. Things are inevitable that come up the first week, unanticipated issues. But all in all, things have been great. Having a full return this year has been really exciting. There's lots of energy in the building. Obviously, the district is mandating that we all wear masks again inside the schools. That's why I'm not wearing one right now. But in terms of other protocols, I think we're just encouraging folks to try to maintain social distance as best as possible, continue to practice good hygiene. If things get better, if the trends and vaccination rates go up and people getting sick goes down, we can get back to a complete normal sooner rather than later. We didn't know how to do hybrid and remote last year. I think that was kind of uncharted territory for us, but I think this is what we know how to do, having everybody in the building, a normal schedule, normal routines. This is what we do best. So I think from that regard, it's good, but certainly there's some anxiety still with the fear of getting sick. Obviously people have medical conditions. They live with parents that are older or children that might have compromised immune systems, et cetera. So of course there's still some anxiety and trepidation with still being a pandemic and being in a building with 1,000 kids.
Attendance for the day will be taken at 8:35 a.m.
I just wanted to introduce a new member of the high school administrative team, Miss Heather Northrup.
I am very, very excited to be here. I'm happy to get to know all the students and as many parents and families as I can and really integrate myself into the community. Everyone's been wonderful so far, so I look forward to working with everyone in the coming school year.
But I think just for the most part, it's been a good first week. It's exciting, and you see the kids coming in behind me, just having everybody here in person. Even with the masks on, you can tell there are a lot of smiling faces. Teachers and kids are all excited just to be back.
Along with the start of the school year, BHS athletics have returned to varsity field with a full slate of games for the fall season. BNews reporter Robert Paris spoke with Burlington High School Athletic Director Sean Hart on how the student athletes are making it happen.
The Red Devils are gearing up for the upcoming 2021 fall season at Burlington High School.
We're ready to go again. Looking. You got to kind of look from where we've been, looking to the future. 2020 was what it was. It was a lot with the COVID and all the protocols that we had. But I will say that with all of that, the level of achievement that our school had in the Middlesex League, nobody played more games than we did. Super proud of that. And essentially what we owe that to is amazing coaches and student athletes that wanted to play so much that they were willing to do the mask wearing and washing the hands and using the sanitizer and not using locker rooms. And our kids were so amazing in wanting to play so bad that they were willing to do whatever it took to get to that place. And that included even not playing in front of their parents and their fans, but playing the sport and being part of playing for their school was so important.
There are only a few restrictions for games being held indoors.
The only real difference, and again, the only real difference between normal and the new normal, if you will, I know everybody keeps talking about that, is that the indoor sports will wear masks. And again, all the spectators indoors will wear masks. Again, a small concession, I say a small concession, but for the athletes it's tough wearing the mask, but a small concession to be able to play full seasons. Last year we played 10 games. We had the 10-game season. We played the same team 2 times in a row. We played on Saturdays. This year, it's more normal. We'll have games during the week. We're adding transportation again. Our student athletes will be required to wear masks while they're on the bus. We're taking the small steps to ensure that we have the safety of the athletes and the coaches is our first and major priority.
With the Delta variant on the rise, Athletic Director Hart is ensuring everyone's safety in school and exhibitions.
With the people being vaccinated, with a lot of people in Burlington getting vaccinated, and we're hoping that people will continue to do so to ensure the safety of more and more people as we go. We're hoping that, again, with all that's being said and all that's being done, We're going to continue with those protocols that we had in place, the ones that really made sense for us to move forward, especially with the variant. Keep those in mind, and we're going to just continue to use some of the things that really made sense for us.
For the Red Devils, it is a bittersweet moment to head back to the fields and courts again.
The opportunity to see all the faces again and be part of stuff and have that opportunity to be able to see all the student athletes come in and be excited about it. Again, I told you the numbers look great. You know what I mean? We're real happy about where the numbers bounce back for us. Like the first time you get to go out and watch something happen for the first time is always the nicest day. It's like you feel like you've had an accomplishment and we got to the next step.
From Burlington High School, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Sports.
As reported previously by BNews, at the August 9th Select Board meeting, the Brazilian steakhouse Fogo de Chao applied to transfer the liquor license formerly used by Besito Mexican Restaurant. That license is the last liquor license available for town-wide use, and the Select Board felt that one of the mall-specific licenses granted to Simon Properties would be more appropriate. Fogo de Chao attorney Eugene Richard returned to the Select Board this week along with managerial candidate Raudo Ramos. Richard informed the board that since their last meeting, Fogo de Chao has filed for a new mall license and not a transfer. The Select Board unanimously approved the new license. The board also approved Raudo Ramos as manager of the Fogo de Chao Burlington. Fogo de Chao will still need approval from the Mass Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission for the license. Another triumph for Burlington's restaurant scene, Karma Asian Fusion at the Burlington Mall has received a Best of North Shore recognition for their Sushi by North Shore magazine. The lifestyle magazine Bonds edition is one of the most anticipated issues of the year and has become an insider's guide to excellence through the North Shore of Boston. Bonds Awards celebrate the best dining, nightlife, entertainment, shopping, and services throughout the North Shore. Each year, local businesses are nominated and voted on by the Bonds Committee and readers of North Shore magazine. More than 150,000 votes were tabulated to determine this year's winners. I guess karma has good karma. Bad news for fans of Mickey Mouse and the gang. Disney had announced that they are closing 60 of their brick and mortar stores across the country on or before September 15th, including their Burlington Mall location. Disney officials said they plan to focus more on e-commerce. The Disney store is selling items at a discount before closing, and all sales are final. This is also not very good news for Burlington in general, as you know, Disney is a well thought of retailer across the country, and if they're having problems in a mall environment, so too our other retailers, which we of course have seen at the Burlington Mall with the amount of turnover. This eventually could be bad news for the Burlington tax rate. Reverend Angela Wells Bean is being called away from the United Church of Christ Congregational in Burlington to start a new chapter in her career as pastor for United Church of Christ Congregational in Naples, Florida. BNews reporter John Vias has more.
After nearly a decade of welcoming members of Burlington to the doors of United Church of Christ Congregational, Reverend Angela Wells Bean is leaving town and moving back to her home state of Florida. BNews caught up with UCC's pastor about how she got her title as Reverend and made her way to Burlington.
So I started here at UCC Burlington in December 2012. So I've been here just about 9 years. And I got the title Reverend by becoming an ordained pastor, which means that I went to college and got a bachelor's degree, and then I went to seminary and got a master's degree in divinity, and I went through an ordination process in my denomination that was very rigorous and had a lot of requirements, which culminated in my ordination, which was a worship service in which I got ordained and got the title Reverend.
More than just Sunday worship, Reverend Wells Bean is the only full-time staff member at UCC, overseeing all aspects of the church.
My main responsibility, of course, is worship planning, Sunday morning worship, and preaching, but I also oversee pastoral care, our missions and outreach. I partner with our music director and our music ministry. I partner with our director of Christian education for all of our Christian ed ministry for our children. I oversee special projects. I help out on fundraisers. I help with community partnerships as a member of the Interfaith Clergy group here in Burlington. And so I wear a lot of different hats.
Reverend Wells Bean will continue her duties as pastor at UCC Naples, Florida.
I have been called as the Minister for Congregational Care at Naples United Church of Christ in Naples, Florida. This is a large congregation, and I will be an associate pastor. So it is a multi-clergy church, which means there are a few clergy on staff. And my primary responsibilities will be pastoral care for about 1,200 members and overseeing the Board of Missions and Outreach. So I'll be the pastor mainly in charge of that branch of ministry at Naples UCC.
While she's ready for a new chapter in her career, the good pastor sees a bright future in UCC Burlington and gives some advice to the next pastor with the legacy she leaves behind.
Love the congregation, love them deeply, love them authentically, and they will love you back. I hope that UCC Burlington internalizes that it is a strong and thriving congregation, and maybe more importantly, is still greatly needed here in our town and in our wider world in order to be a beacon of God's extravagant love and welcome. I know that the future is bright for the church and the town, and I hope that there are many, many more years of ministry here to come for this church, and I'm excited for the next pastor that they call, as they will be partnering with a healthy, strong, vibrant, vital congregation which is doing God's work in our world.
All of us at B News wish Reverend Wells Bean nothing but the best during her time at UCC Naples. From United Church of Christ Congregational in Burlington, this is John Vias for BNEWS Weekly.
On Sunday, August 29th, Temple Shalom Emmett held its annual open house. Over 50 people, including many children from Burlington and surrounding communities, were treated to learning how to blow the shofar, a ram's horn that is blown on Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. There was a live animal show, an ice cream truck sponsored by Joanna Schlansky, and a great time was had by all. The open house was held to introduce Jewish and partly Jewish families to the Temple community. It is also a time for current Temple members to gather and reconnect with one another. The Temple community will gather again Tuesday, September 7th, during the holiday of Rosh Hashanah for a special shofar blowing in the Temple parking lot. Temple Shalom Emmett is Burlington's only synagogue. Anyone interested in more information can check out the Temple's website. Burlington once again finds one of its institutions on the cutting edge of new technology. The Northeastern campus in Burlington has been designated as one of only 4 federal innovation zones, a status that will afford researchers at the university new opportunities to build and test the next generation of wireless technology. Members of the FCC voted 4-0 to create innovation zones at Northeastern's campuses in Boston and Burlington, establishing the university as the 4th such hub in the United States. Northeastern is a leader in wireless research because it houses a massive data center known as the Coliseum. It's the world's most powerful emulator of wireless systems and can process more information in 1 second than is estimated to be held in the entire print collection of the Library of Congress. Researchers at Northeastern Innovation Zone will support the transition of the Coliseum network emulator to a shared platform where it will be usable by researchers everywhere, according to the FCC. The Mama Bear Effect, a Burlington-based nonprofit that provides educational resources for families, schools, and communities to raise awareness and protect children from the threat of sexual abuse, has made its first ever hire. Mama Bear founder Adrienne Simeone is now working with research specialist and partnerships coordinator Natalie Moon. Moon received her bachelor's in psychology from South Virginia University and has earned a master's in criminal justice with an emphasis on criminal behavior from Tippin University. Moon's studies focused on sex offenders, particularly female sex offenders, and has also worked for a child advocacy center as a mentor to young people. Simeone and Moon are currently working on putting together research in preparation for a presentation to the American Academy of Pediatrics conference in October. You've heard about people making their own wine at home. Well, how about growing your own grapes? BNews Eye on Nature has Master Gardener Peter Coppola showing us how easy it is to do just that.
August is the time of the year when powdery mildew takes hold in the garden. We typically see it at home around the summer squashes, but the peonies are also impacted. It's just a white powder and it's kind of unsightly. And the way to try to keep that in check is to mix up a little dish detergent and ammonia and then just spray the plants. And this is the first year that we have grapes. We just put a grape arbor together. And what we're trying to do now is train it. If you grow grapes, or you have grapes growing, you're committing to a 3-year process. The first year, the plants are going to grow. The second year, they're going to grow some more with a little bit of pruning on your part, and they're going to develop what's called spurs. This is where the fruit sets, and it only sets on horizontal branches. And in the third year, you get the fruit. In order to make all of that happen, you need to build a trellis. And this is just one example of a trellis that you can make. There's plenty online, there's all kinds. This is set at 30, 60. A pergola, you can have one at 90. And the idea is to create some horizontal growth because this is where the fruit sets. All fruit, whether it's an apple tree or a pear tree, raspberries, they all fruit on something that is on the horizontal side of 45 degrees. So what we're doing here is trying to train these vines to be horizontal. So I'm going to walk around, I've tied them very loosely and leaving it alone and just letting it grow this year. And at the end of the year, I'll clean it up a little bit more. Next year, I'll prune it. But for right now, I'm spraying for powdery mildew.
We're moving into September, and with that comes the inevitable arrival of fall. Here now is BNEWS Weather Update, followed by the Community Calendar with Gretchen Carey, and your Social Media Minute with Gabrielle Papili.
Well, hello everyone, this is Peter Brown with Look at Your Weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading into the start of meteorological fall. I know it's hard to believe that it has come to September already. The official end of summer is about 3 weeks away from us. We still have some great weather to go, so don't worry about any of that really cool fall air coming towards us anytime soon. Now, starting our period on Friday, we're going to be seeing temperatures well below average for this time of the year, only around 70, maybe not even making it out of the upper 60s as the remains of Ida pull far away from us. And if you're stepping out and about and around the Burlington area at night on Friday, going into early Saturday morning, we're going to be seeing temperatures a little bit cool down into the maybe low to mid 50s, so you might need a light jacket or light sweater if you're out there. Then when we round out the period getting in towards next Thursday, our average highs at this time of the year should still be a very pleasant upper 70s, and we're probably going to see temperatures going to be right around that, so pretty average week in terms of temperatures and precipitation. And of course, as you notice with the length of days, they keep getting shorter as we head towards fall. So let's take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us here in the Burlington area in terms of temperatures and precipitation for the next 7 days. And compared to what we've been seeing the past few weeks with all these tropical systems around, we're going to have a fairly quiet week ahead. We're going to be seeing fairly average temperatures according to what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see us being a little below average here in the Burlington area for a change. As we go ahead and take a look at our precipitation chances, again, nothing too strange really, something that we've been seeing a lot of this summer. Slightly above average chances of precipitation. That's going to be reflected in our 7-day forecast in a few moments, where we see the chance of some showers here and there each and every few days. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up for you. And again, on Friday, starting out our period, it looks like it's going to be very pleasant out there. Temperatures in the low 70s, low humidity. We might see a couple of instability showers out there since the air will be so cold above us for this time of the year. So might see a little bit of rain here and there on Friday. Nothing too big, nothing to worry about. And as we go into the Labor Day weekend, yes, I know it's hard to believe, Labor Day already. We're going to be seeing our temperatures warming up and temperatures getting fairly pleasant up into the mid and upper 70s as we get through Saturday and Sunday. And then getting into Monday, looks like we have a fairly nice day setting up for Labor Day with temperatures right around average for this time of the year. Now, as we head back to work on Tuesday, we're going to see our highs getting back up to near 80. And again, as we head out towards the end of the period, getting into Wednesday and Thursday, we see the chance of maybe a couple of showers moving their way here into the Burlington area. And again, temperatures pretty average for this time of the year in the mid and upper 70s. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, have a great week, and happy Labor Day.
Hey friends, I'm Gabrielle. also known as Miss Burlington MA. I'm here to share with you my posts and pictures from my own social media account and showcase the amazing businesses and things to do in and around Burlington.
Whether you're in the market for some new bling or need jewelry repair, I highly recommend you go check out Princess Diamonds on Cambridge Street. I was completely blown away by their stunning selection of pieces, but even more impressed with their high-quality customer service. After working with their owner, Nima, I feel so secure and relieved knowing my sentimental jewelry was in the best hands for repair. Their team truly treats you like family when you walk in the door, and all shows such a strong passion for providing world-class jewelry and service.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. Grab the family and head on out for a movie. On Friday, September 10th at 8 p.m., the Merrimack Valley Pavilion in Tewksbury is having another movie night presentation. The movie showing is The Lego Movie. Everyone is welcome. To get tickets, go to playatmvp.com. Let's remember the ones who lost their lives on that tragic day. On Saturday, September 11th, the Burlington Police and Fire Department is inviting the public for a 20th anniversary ceremony of the 9/11 attacks. The ceremony will be held at 9 a.m. on the town common. Everyone is welcome. It's hit or miss. On Sunday, September 12th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having a community yard sale. For more information, go to burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
Marge McDonald is back in the BCAT studio for the first time in a long time, and this is her latest edition of Senior News.
Hello. We are finally ramping up to a full slate of activities. We hired an activity coordinator, Maria Teeger, to help schedule and put together new activities. I'm excited because it's a new set of eyes and ideas on what we could be offering. This will be her sole job, so we'll be able to offer so much more. For now, she works Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if you're at the center, you'll likely run into her. We noticed the phones getting overwhelmed on Mondays and the first of the month. So we'll be doing staggered signups until we can once again put sign-up sheets on the board. If you're looking at your newsletter, you will notice that any activities requiring you to register will also give you the date and time you can register for that particular activity. You can register after that date, but not before. Hopefully, that will help alleviate some of the issues we've been having. Please note that the Senior Center is mask-friendly. You will see some of us wearing one and some of us not wearing one. Whether you wear one is completely up to your own comfort level. We are planning for a busy September. First up is John Porcino with his musical presentation, To Life. John's program is a patchwork quilt of humorous, tender, hopeful stories and songs that celebrate life. We're also bringing back the new New Orleans Jazz Band. They will be here on the second and fourth Mondays at 7 and the first Wednesday at noon. Bingo is also starting back up, but with some changes. We will start with only every other week, and you must sign up in advance because we are going to have a limit on how many people can be in the room. We won't be able to fully socially distance ourselves, so please be aware of that. We will be showing one movie a month, but twice a month. You can join us for pizza and a movie in the evening or just snacks for a 12:30 showing the following Monday. This month's movie is Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford. FISCO, the Friends of Indian Senior Citizens Organization, are hosting a discussion about senior mental well-being, specifically the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on seniors. This event is funded by a grant from Chana, and all are invited. I will be one of the panelists for the first of 3 discussions over the next several months. The Incredible Mae West, written by Fran Barron and sponsored in part by the Burlington Cultural Council and Millipore, will be here courtesy of Lynn Moulton and the Delvina Theater Company to entertain you with insight into the 80-year career of Mae West. We mourn or celebrate the end of summer on September 22nd, which also happens to be World Fall Prevention Day. We say goodbye with a goodbye summer party with root beer floats at 2 and a presentation at 3 p.m. with Debbie Sullivan from Leahy on fall prevention, with giveaways, of course. We will have all special and most regular events hybrid, which means if you aren't comfortable or are unable to physically come in, you can join via WebEx. We'll help you get through getting on if you haven't been before. There are instructions for registering in person in the newsletter. If you want to join virtually, email coa@burlington.org. If you are already on my email distribution list, you will automatically get the link. And last but not least, September is Senior Center Month, a month when we take note of the importance of senior centers as a gathering place for those of a certain age to enjoy their retirements and make new friends, especially as they begin to lose some friends, and engage in their community in a way that makes sense for them, whether it's fitness classes, a lecture, music, a meal, or just conversation. Engaging in the world is paramount to aging well, and we hope we provide something that interests you. And it's also a good time to celebrate our staff who have truly gone above and beyond to ensure that needs are met and resources found. That's all for now. I'm Marge McDonald, and I hope to see you at the Senior Center.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week's picture is of a friendly neighborhood dog named Nella in front of the Fox Hill School, which was beautifully decorated for the first day of school. This photo was sent in by Jitka Grubner. Thank you, Jitka. We'd like to see your photos as well. They could be of your after-school activities, a fall landscape, or just everyday moments you think are special. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share with us in the community, just send your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. Just as a reminder, as you saw in the community calendar, the Burlington Police Department and Burlington Fire Departments are inviting all to attend a ceremony marking the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. The event will take place Saturday, September 11th, starting at 9 a.m. on the town common. The event will remember first responders and innocent civilians who lost their lives on 9/11 and recognize first responders who serve Burlington today. The town will be unveiling a new memorial on the common in the shape of the Pentagon. The memorial will surround the current memorial, two rails that were located beneath the World Trade Center from that fateful day. For more information, contact Bob Hogan at 781-771-1570. That's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, John Vias, Gretchen Carey, Gabriel Papilli, and Peter Brown. Thank you for joining us.